Which sunscreen to use. Make sure they're protected at home as well with ADT's Summer Special. Now save over $250 on ADT's Family Package. Plus get 1 free month of monitoring. And save up to 20% off your homeowner's insurance. No one helps protect families better than ADT. And the Summer Special is the most affordable way to help protect yours. But hurry, this is a limited time offer. ADT. Always there.
My name is Earl, Emmy winner for Best Directing and Best Writing.
Herchke, Birchke, Fartin, Churchke.
The Office, winner of Best Comedy Series. The 2 most honored comedies on television.
Together we rock.
My name is Earl, and The Office premiere Thursday, 8/7 Central on NBC.
The Chevy drive to kickoff clock shows us we're 13 minutes and 21 seconds from kickoff. Redskins and Cowboys. Last week, we inaugurated our Player of the Week award. Donovan McNabb of the Eagles was your choice. You fans voted. Vi Sekahema of our NBC station in Philly made the presentation.
Donovan, because of your great performance last week against the Texans, the fans at NBC have voted you overwhelmingly to be the Player of the Day. So, on behalf of NBC, I present you with the inaugural Player of the Day Golden Peacock Award. There you go.
Well, thank you. Thank you. NBC, I've never received anything from NBC. So thank you, guys.
He appeared to be sincerely touched by the honor.
I had him picked for the Player of the again today. I was going to back you up.
Yeah, just didn't happen.
He was having a big day till Eli Manning and the Giants turned the tables. All right. Today, many fine candidates. Whom is your selection?
I am going off the board just a little bit. Julius Peppers in a losing effort today was absolutely incredible. 8 tackles, 3 sacks, a blocked field goal. Did it all for the Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
Jerome?
Well, I'm going with Drew Brees. The Packers shut down the running game, and everything fell on Drew Brees' reconstructed shoulder. He performed admirably, did a great job. Over 350 yards passing. Drew Brees is my guy.
371 passing yards, 43 attempts, sacked forever, 3 touchdowns. Eli Manning came of age today, and I think Tom Coughlin and the New York Football Giants saw that when Eli Manning is allowed to play faster, he plays a lot better. So Eli Manning is going to get the Golden Peacock. I guarantee it.
Well, I'll tell you what, out of that giant Philadelphia game, Amani Toomer could very well have been a worthwhile selection, but he does not post our 4th possibility, and you fans will decide with your votes. My choice is Rex Grossman for the Bears today. He completed 20 of 27 for 289 yards and 4 touchdowns as they were all over the Lions in Chicago. Now you can go online to NBCSports.com to pick your Player of the Day, or you can text your choice 1, 2, 3, or 4 to 51515, and we'll get you the results at halftime. A nation holds its breath.
There you go.
All right, our game coming up, Redskins Cowboys.
Yeah, you know, I think that we have to talk about Drew Bledsoe because personally I think his job's on the line tonight. And everybody's been saying, here's a guy, how can you be so critical of somebody just over his last game? Well, it's been the last 4 games. In his last 4 games, 4 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, a 54 quarterback rating, and they've lost 3 out of 4. Remember, the Cowboys were trying to make it to the playoffs a season ago at the end of the year. They didn't get it done then, and he has to get it done tonight, I think, to keep his job.
Well, you talk about Bledsoe. I think Parcells wants to make sure Bledsoe doesn't have to win the game, and hopefully he doesn't lose the game. So I think he's going to go with their running backs with Jones, Barber, but really more importantly on the Washington side, we don't know who's going to be there with Portis because Cartwright, Betts, Duckett. I'm not sure if those guys can win the game.
You know, for the Washington Redskins, it's simple. This was the game where Santana Moss had his coming out party last season, and Santana ended up having a great year. Tonight, I think it's Antoine Randall's turn to sit at the head of the table. A lot of money, so I think he's going to have to show up big.
All right, folks, we'll see you at halftime. Coming up, the Cowboys and the Redskins with Al Michaels and John Madden at the call. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been NBC's Football Night in America, presented by Chevrolet. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Tomorrow,
you ready to play?
Is Premiere Monday on NBC, and the excitement kicks off with the return of Deal or No Deal. It's the hottest show with the biggest jackpot.
$6 million.
In a week-long event that'll bring you to your knees, followed by the most anticipated show of the season.
I'm going to be your dream come true.
Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
All that will begin in just a few minutes.
Deal or No Deal and Studio 60. Premiere Monday is tomorrow on NBC.
The perfect lawn. Durable, yet thick and soft. A beautiful setting for your most cherished moments. You'd be surprised what happens on your lawn while you're away, especially if you've planted Rebel grass seed. Rebel gives you a durable yet soft and beautiful lawn. Rebel grass seed. Enjoy your lawn. The neighbors do.
Toyota has built over 2.7 million trucks in the USA.
We build some of the best quality trucks in the world.
Pride. It's all about pride.
And it's built into the new 06 Tacoma. Now with just announced $500 cash back. And Tundra's got the best resale value 5 years running. Now, lease a new 06 Tundra double cab for $269 a month with $24.99 due at signing. Or choose $3,000 cash back.
And it's built right here in the USA.
Toyota, moving forward.
The Wave 3 investigators asking the tough questions.
Do you consider yourself to be an honest man?
And getting answers.
You knew that you couldn't pay.
Investigating the problem and getting results.
We dig deeper to find out how big the problem really is.
Every night, all year long.
Do you think this is a dog and pony show? Is the jury buying it?
Getting results for you.
We made a few calls and got what they were looking for.
The Wave 3 investigators investigating the problem and getting results every night.
Meteorologist John Belsky voted Best of Louisville.
Oh, Hoodie, monument to the durable. Fast friend, uncomplaining sucker of sweat. In our most trying times, you still tried. When other garments stopped at the neck, you said, oh no, the head needs a garage. Our arms would pull off well before yours, yet this is how we treat you.
6 years ago, as a 49er, Terrell Owens made a mockery of the symbol of the Cowboys. Now, as a Cowboy, he hopes to be the star on NBC's Sunday Night Football. A 15-minute drive west of downtown Dallas, Texas Stadium, Irving, Texas, 73 degrees, light rain, and out onto the field for their home opener come the Dallas Cowboys. Bill Parcells in his 4th year out of retirement, leading the Cowboys against Joe Gibbs in his 3rd year post-retirement, and the Washington Redskins on Sunday Night Football. Al Michaels, John Madden, Andrew Kramer. Welcome to Texas Stadium. Washington comes in 0-1. They opened up on Monday night, squandered a lot of chances against the Minnesota Vikings. John Hall couldn't kick a game-tying field goal at the end of regulation. They lose 19-16. Dallas, meanwhile, led 10-0 at Jacksonville last week before the wheels came off down there. And in that game, Drew Bledsoe threw 3 interceptions as the Jaguars beat the Cowboys 24-17. For the last 2 months, of course, it's all been about Terrell Owens. But things are fairly quiet, John, on that front, but very noisy now on the Drew Bledsoe front, especially after last week. How important is tonight's game for the Cowboy quarterback?
Right, and that usually happens. You know, the quarterback loses. You start off 0-1, you throw 3 interceptions. We want Tony Romo. We want the backup. Bill Parcells, maybe in the future, but not so fast. We're going to stay with Drew Bledsoe. And as Bill Parcells told us yesterday, he said it's going to be interesting to me to see how Drew Bledsoe responds to last week. And I just have a feeling, maybe it's the players that he has against the defense of the Redskins. I have a feeling that Drew Bledsoe is going to respond well tonight.
Meanwhile, Romo has never thrown a regular season pass. As far as Washington is concerned now, Clinton Portis was not expected to play last week, but did. Then he hurt his shoulder again, so he will not play tonight. How will that affect the Redskins?
Yeah, I think that's big, because if you look at Joe Gibbs' teams and now Al Saunders as the offensive coordinator, even at Kansas City, they were run teams, and they love to run the ball downhill, make you play the run, then throw play-action pass. And without the run, I think a lot of the offense tonight is going to go on the shoulders of Mark Brunell.
One thing each thing is thankful for, the Giants beat Philadelphia, so the loser goes to 0-2, but would still only be a game out. 2 coaching icons tonight. Redskins, Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
NBC's Sunday Night Football is brought to you by General Motors, a new level of quality, a new level of confidence. By Energizer E-Squared Lithium, keep going. And by Nike, football is everything, brought to you by NikeGridiron.com.
Traffic. It's gridlocked all the way into downtown. All 4 lanes are...
A new level of strength. A new level of quality. Introducing the GM 100,000-mile warranty. A new level of confidence.
You're gonna get what you need. Gonna get what you need. You're gonna get what you need.
With courtesy transportation and roadside assistance, it's the best coverage in America from the biggest brand in America.
Spending limit? Who cares?
Not us, cause them ain't no credit cards.
Sure ain't.
Them motorcycles was expensive and fast.
And loud.
Oh yeah, them bikes be like wah.
No, like.
They went like wah. Sound good cause they free. Shoot.
Yeah, shoot.
Citi Identity Theft Solutions. Talk to a real person to help get your life back. Free when you get a Citi credit card or Citibank account.
Coach, what do you know about this new Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion?
Excuse me, repeat that again?
Coors Light is giving away NFL tickets.
They do things that you don't see every day.
But Coach, what's the point of the Silver Ticket promotion?
It's all about winning.
Yeah.
Look for the official entry code inside specially marked packages of Coors and Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets, even Super Bowl tickets, and more.
Coach, I am freaking out about this Silver Ticket promotion.
You have to learn to handle it, okay? You have to learn to handle your own intensity.
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
There's an area in Washington, D.C. known as Foggy Bottom, and I think some of the news about Clinton Portis in the last few days sounds like it's come from Foggy Bottom. A lot of cross-talk and cross-currents inside the talk. Andrea Kramer, what do you know about Clinton Portis' situation?
Well, Al, in the preseason, Portis had a subluxation of his left shoulder. But in last week's game, on this play, he suffered a new injury, a strained rotator cuff in the same shoulder. He told me it feels sore and weak. And as much as he wanted to play tonight, he knew it was better to rest as a precaution. So hopefully he's available for the rest of the season and not just coming in and out of games. Redskins trainer Bubba Tyre told me if they can get his strength back and the soreness out, he could be available next week.
And next week, Andrea, would be in this state. They would go to Houston against the Wobegon Texans.
And like we said earlier, the Washington Redskins need Clinton Portis, but they need a healthy Clinton Portis.
Meanwhile, Sean Sweeza will kick off. Mike Vanderjagt, who they picked up from Indianapolis in the offseason and was inactive last week, is active tonight. He will do the field goal kicking, but they'll go with two kickers tonight. Flashballs popping. Home opener at Texas Stadium in Irving as the kick is taken by Rock Cartwright at the 8-yard line. And a great tackle in the open field by Sam Hurd, a rookie out of Northern Illinois at the 22. Here's the Washington offense.
Mark Brunell, University of Washington.
Liddell Betts, Iowa. Mike Sellers, North Thurston.
Santana Moss, the U. Brandon Lloyd, Illinois.
Chris Cooley, Utah State.
Chris Samuels, Alabama.
Derek Dockery, Texas.
Casey Raubach, Wisconsin.
Brandon Thomas, Mississippi State.
John Jansen, Michigan.
Very good offensive line. Jansen, seventh year out of Michigan. But the question is now, can they provide the holes for the backup backs?
The Redskins are starting out here with 3 wide receivers.
And they send Moss in motion to the inside. They're going to go right to the air on play action. Great protection. Brunell loves to throw to the outside and starts by going to the outside to Liddell Betts for a gain of 7. Here is the Dallas D.
Marcus Spears, Louisiana State.
Jason Ferguson, Georgia. Chris Canty, Virginia.
Greg Ellis, the University of North Carolina.
Brady James, LSU.
Aiken Adele, Purdue. Marcus Ware, Troy.
Terrence Newman, Kansas State.
Patrick Watkins, Florida State. Roy Williams, Oklahoma.
Anthony Henry, South Florida.
Watkins is a 6'5" rookie. There is Ware in his second season. The gain on the last play was 6. The ball spotted at the 27-yard line on second down and 4. On the ground, they go to Betts. Liddell Betts, fifth-year, second-round draft choice in 02 out of Iowa. Third and short. Ware makes the hit.
Boy, is that DeMarcus Ware a good player? You know, he was a defensive end in college. Bill Parcells made him a linebacker, defensive end. Here he is, 94. He plays off Cooley's block. Hold it, and then just come off that block right to the ball carrier. That's about as well as you can play that run.
At the 28-yard line, it's third down and 4.
The Redskins have 3 wide receivers again, and the Cowboys are in nickel or 5 defensive back defense.
Slot left is Antoine Randall L., the ex-Pittsburgh Steeler. Brunell looks the other way, and then the pass over the shoulder of Betts looked one way and they had to go the other, and it's incomplete. So they start with a pass to Betts, a run by Betts, go back to Betts, and the end result is 3 and out.
You know, we were talking to Al Saunders last night, the offensive coordinator. He wanted to throw deep. He wanted to be aggressive early in the passing game, and I think they tried to do that, but the Cowboys had good coverage, and Brunell had to come down to the short guy.
Derek Frost to do the punting. Patrick Creighton back to receive the kick. Good distance, but a low kick that may set up a run back for Creighton, and not a bad one at that as he takes it back to the 33-yard line. So the first kick of the night is 48 yards, 11-yard return. Here's the Dallas offense.
Drew Bledsoe, Washington State.
Julius Jones, Notre Dame. Lusaka Polite, Pittsburgh.
Terrell Owens, Tennessee Chattanooga.
Terry Glenn, The Ohio State University.
Jason Witten, Tennessee.
Flozell Adams, Michigan State.
Kyle Kozar, Arizona State.
Andre Gerard, Colorado.
Marco Rivera,
Penn State.
Mark Colombo, Boston College.
Retooled offensive line. So here is Owens in his first home action as a Cowboy. And they go to the outside, and they go to Glenn, who is operating out of the slot. And Glenn up to the 37-yard line on the first penalty of the game. Referee for tonight's game is Tony Corrente.
You know, of all the things Terrell Owens does, he is also a blocker, and that's the way they used him on that first play. Throwing that quick out there to Terry Glenn and having Terrell Owens as a lead blocker.
Call came in from the side judge. Now the umpire checks in with Corrente as well.
In fact, that penalty could be for the block that Owens laid.
Well, the side judge saw it one way, and maybe the umpire behind the play saw it another way. Let's take a look at the block first of all.
See, here's Owens here. He's the outside guy. Oh, yeah, that's illegal. Yeah, he came in and cracked. Blocked below the waist.
On Kenny Wright, the cornerback.
Personal foul, illegal clockback block, offense number 81. 15-yard penalty, remains first down.
So last week on the road, his first play as a Cowboy, they threw to him. It was a completed pass. Then he comes home, and his first home play as a Cowboy is a personal foul.
You know, I think that's one of the rules that they haven't gone over with all the wide receivers. Remember in last Sunday's game, Plexico Burress came in and had an illegal crack, and they haven't been doing a lot of cracking lately, so maybe they have to go over that again.
From the spot of the foul, thus it's 1st and 22. And the pass here is caught by Anthony Fasano, who's a tight end. He's a rookie out of Notre Dame, second-round draft choice. Here is the Redskin defense.
Philip Daniels, Donaldsonville, Georgia.
Cornelius Griffin, Alabama.
Joe Salavia, Arizona at Wildcats.
Andre Carter, California.
Marcus Washington, Auburn.
Lamar Marshall, Michigan State.
Warwick Holman, Texas A&M.
Kenny Wright, Northwestern State. Sean Taylor, Miami.
Adam Archuleta, Arizona State. Carlos Rogers, Auburn.
Rogers had a tough game against Minnesota last week as they go to Owens, and the crowd wants a flag on Kenny Wright at a Northwestern State. They picked him up from the Jacksonville Jaguars in the offseason. It will be 3rd down and 9.
I think that's one of the things they're trying to do is get the short pass out here to Terrell Owens, have him catch the ball, break a tackle, and run. I think somewhere, and again, you know, we're just getting started here, but I think somewhere with a Terrell Owens on one side, a Terry Glenn on the other side, I think you want to stretch this Redskin defense.
Marion Barber, whose father played in the NFL about 2 decades ago, is the 3rd down back. He's in the game. Stays in the block. Bledsoe feels the pressure. Slings it over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. But there is a flag down well back up the field at the 38-yard line of the Cowboys.
And it was Terry Glenn doing the pointing because he ran the pattern and then pointed back, and I'll bet you someone held him coming off the line.
He hopes.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense number 29. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's Mike Rumpf, automatic first down.
Yeah, Mike Rumpf is the nickel back. He's the 5th defensive back, and oh boy, that's a grab right there, huh? I mean, he just went right for the neck. Terry Glenn runs the pattern, and the minute that the ball is thrown, Terry Glenn is pointing back to where Mike Rumpf grabbed him.
Sean Springs is still hurt, abdominal surgery. That's a big loss in the Washington secondary. Tyson Thompson's in the game as the running back, and a pitch to him here, but staying right with him. Thus getting around, though, is Thompson. And Tyson Thompson, a local kid who played at Irving High School, picks up a first down. He ran right around Andre Carter, the defensive end, who was out there with him. And another flag, though, is back up at the 44-yard line after what would have been an 18-yard gain, but that's coming back.
Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Mark Colombo out of Boston College, a free agent, one-time #1 pick of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that has to be a dumb penalty because the ball was, Colombo is a right tackle, and the ball was around the left end. So you're going to see Colombo, but he's a right tackle here, and he's going to be coming downfield. It must be right there, but he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to block anyone because Tyson Thompson just outran the whole right side of the Redskin defense.
3 penalties already in the game, and that pass over the middle is incomplete. He tried to go to the tight end, Fasano. It'll be 2nd down.
You know, you watch football all day, and coaches especially when they lose, they talk about we didn't have any consistency, and penalties knock the heck out of consistency. I mean, you watch the Cowboys, they're moving, and then they keep getting these penalties, and they keep getting back or going back to where they started from.
Well, and that was really the major problem for Washington last week. They had 7 against Minnesota, a couple against Sean Taylor that really hurt.
Well, remember the Giants last Sunday were that way.
Absolutely. Glenn gets out of the grasp of the first man, Sean Taylor, and then picks up a few more yards as Terry gets up to the 42-yard line. And, with a guy like Glenn with so much attention paid to Owens, you forget about Terry Glenn, who's great in his own right.
Right, and this is what you call a sight adjust. You see the guy that was on him, the corner that was on him, came on a blitz. Drew Bledsoe sees that corner coming and gets the ball right out there to Terry Glenn. And it's a pretty good blitz on second down. And now third down, you'd like to make him make the same throw.
Glenn, already 11th year out of Ohio State. And of course, played for Bill Parcells all the way back when Bill coached the Patriots in the mid-90s. Now Bledsoe throws, and the pass is caught. Anthony Fasano, but another penalty. Fasano makes the catch. Flag is down on the near side of the field at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like someone was holding Fasano, and that guy could be Andre Carter. Andre Carter, the right defensive end on a zone dog, was in a drop.
Pass holding defense number 99. This penalty is declined. The result of the play, first down.
And that is the call.
Yeah, and then, as I said, Andre Carter, a defensive end, but when you go to a blitz, you'll see he's on the outside there, and he's going to drop off. So you bring the blitz inside and drop your end. Now here's Carter right here. You see he grabbed here. He just grabbed Fasano all the way. It wasn't just before. I thought he grabbed him just before the ball got there. He grabbed him right on the line of scrimmage.
Jason Whitney is their number 1 tight end. Fasano is the second tight end, and now they finally go to Julius Jones. As you take a look at the Cowboy runner, and he's a little short of the first down. Julius Jones forced out of bounds by Lamar Marshall. Jones, another of the guys who came out of Notre Dame. He was hurt in his rookie year, but when he finally got to play, he was spectacular. Had a tremendous Monday night game against Seattle. And last year, he's the kind of guy, when he gets over 100 yards, he goes way over 100 yards. He has only 4 games in his 2-year career over 100, but they're all 149 or better.
Bill Parcells was telling us yesterday that he wished that Julius Jones would run through more tackles. That he kind of gets hit too squarely. He takes on things squarely and not take a side.
2nd and 1, and they give it to Jones again, and Jones takes it to the 30-yard line. He's the brother of Thomas Jones of the red-hot Chicago Bears, who are 2-0 after today.
Boy, they are something, aren't they?
Wow.
I mean, you give Chicago some offense, and they're going to be something. There's Greg Williams. He's the assistant head coach, and he's also the defensive coordinator. He puts in these defenses and calls them. He's a heavy pressure guy, but especially when his offense can score some points, he is going to pressure a lot more. If his offense doesn't score any points, he has a tough time pressuring.
Williams was Bledsoe's head coach when Drew was at Buffalo. Slant caught Owens. First home catch as a Cowboy, and another bit of laundry. So that's good for 11.
But that's what he can do. I mean, he's so big and so strong. If he can get his outside shoulder inside that cornerback's inside shoulder, that slant is automatic.
At the conclusion of the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense number 96. This penalty will be assessed half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's the defensive tackle, Cornelius Griffin.
Watch Owens out here. The minute he gets that outside shoulder right there, once he's inside that corner, that is going to be a completion. Of course, Carlos Rogers plays him so soft, he couldn't or didn't react to anything in that position.
1st and goal now. This is the 10th play of the drive. They give it to Jones, whose brother gained 64 yards on 21 carries today for Chicago. And it will be 2nd down. Marcus Washington makes the tackle. So like last week, John, a good opening drive for the Cowboys, and now we'll see if they can sustain it.
Yeah, and that's, last week they got ahead 10-0 in Jacksonville, and they looked as good offensively as anyone could, and then in the second half, the wheels fell off. Cowboys have 3 wide receivers in there now, and the Redskins are in their nickel defense.
Jones is the running back. That's Creighton, 84 in motion. Quick throw to Owens, and Owens has Carlos Rogers right on top of him. Rogers, second-year cornerback, #1 draft choice last year from Auburn.
That was a good play by Carlos Rogers. I thought he played that slant softly. And here you look at the cushion. That's what Bledsoe sees. But watch how quickly Carlos Rogers gets up there. That's the thing. If you're going to play on him and they're going to throw him those short ones, he's going to catch those, but you sure as heck better tackle him right there, and Carlos Rogers did.
Owens this time wide to the right, bottom of the screen. 3rd down and goal from the 7-yard line. Fake draw. Then the pass. It's caught. But no, he's out of bounds. It's Owens just for a second. It looked like he had it in the back of the end zone. Couldn't maintain possession. Out of bounds. It'll be 4th down and goal.
Over his career, he has done that. Remember, there was there for a while for the 49ers that he really had problems. Here he is, the outside receiver. He comes up, just runs that end zone. That end line. The ball is right there. He goes up and he just drops it on the way down. I don't know if out of bounds would have come into play or just a drop pass.
It's Mike Rumph who got his hand in there. Rumph, who used to play with San Francisco. Vanderjagt for the extra point in his first action as a Cowboy for the field goal. Chip shot field goal, 7:59 remaining in the opening period. 3-0 Cowboys.
I'm open over here.
My dream? To go straight to the top.
My dream is to conquer ignorance.
My dream? To get the corner office.
To ditch the corner office.
My dream is to erase illiteracy.
My dream is to rocket to #1.
My dream is to slay dragons.
My dream is to increase laughter output by 30%.
It takes determination,
Commitment.
passion, hard work.
Fearlessness.
My dream is an open mind.
Courage.
My dream.
It takes guts to make a dream come true.
Lincoln, reach higher.
NBC Sunday Night Football from Texas, being brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 41. By Lincoln, reach higher. And by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. That was a 26-yard field goal by Mike Vanderjagt after Mike Rumph, who spent 2 years in San Francisco with Owens. They were teammates, so they've seen a lot of each other in practice, and Rumph got a hand in and cost the Cowboys a touchdown.
And Mike Rumph got his right hand in there before Terrell Owens got his second hand on the ball.
Now Sweezum kicks off. Vanderjagt just doing the placements tonight. And this is Rock Cartwright with some room to the outside. Cartwright up to the 31, and another penalty flag is thrown. We've already had a bunch in a game that's barely 8 minutes old.
During the return of the kick, holding, receiving team number 83. 10-yard penalty, first down.
In fact, barely 7 minutes old right now as James Thrash is flagged for that one. So close for Owens, but it sets up a field goal, 3-0.
Import, export. Light. Dark. Every beer in the world is 90% water. That's why Coors is brewed with Rocky Mountain water. For a pure beer taste that could only come from a place like this. Coors, pure beer taste.
Susan!
Oh, hey.
Frank. I called you like a dozen times. What happened?
It's my cell. Service is unreliable.
Well, you better switch. Then we can reconnect.
Sure. Hey, thanks for hiding.
No problem.
Your wireless network makes all the difference.
You never would have believed me.
So choose America's most reliable, Verizon Wireless. It's the network.
Why am I a Dell customer? Because they design solutions around the apps that I use to manage my customers, not around the solution Dell wants to sell. Everything's more open and easier to manage, so Dell doesn't lock me in. They set me free to grow.
Dell PowerEdge servers feature the reliability of dual-core Intel Xeon processors. It's your enterprise, so every Dell solution is purely you.
My name is Earl, and The Office, TV's most honored hour of comedy. And Thursday, they return when questions will be answered and more will be raised.
Soft.
My name is Earl, and The Office premiere Thursday, 8/7 Central.
Tomorrow night on NBC, Deal or No Deal returns. It's a week-long $6 million event. You can even win $1 million just for watching at home. That's tomorrow, 8 Eastern and Pacific, 7 Central. And Mountain right here on NBC. After the penalty, the Washington Redskins start from the 11-yard line. Second possession, Brunell was 1 of 2 for 6 yards on the first possession, and it's been all bets thus far as he's carried the ball for both of their rushers, and they've thrown to him twice, once complete. And there is Clinton Portis, who is inactive tonight but did make the trip. And as Andrea reported at the top of the show, they hope to have him back next week in Houston.
Yeah, because he's so important to this team. You know, he's not only a runner, but he's a pass catcher, and he's a good blocker. I mean, he is darn near a devastating blocker. He and Edgerrin James, to me, are two of the best blocking running backs in football.
He was originally injured in the game we had in mid-August in Cincinnati, making a tackle following an interception. This is Betts again. He's taken down there by Greg Ellis, and Washington is presented with a 3rd down and 1.
You know, talking to Joe Gibbs last night, he kept saying that, you know, he just kicked himself for only running the ball 17 times last year. I think last week. In the stats, it shows more because some of those lateral passes are, you know, charted as runs, but they only ran the ball 17 times. And he said, that's not us. That's not Redskin offense. We have to run the ball.
So Al Saunders, who was at Kansas City under Vermeil for the last 5 years. Very potent offense there, and it's been all bets thus far, but Roy Williams is right there to knock him down before he can get the first down.
Now, if you're a kid and you're playing high school football and you're a defensive back and or linebacker and you want to know, you know, what is a tackle or how do you tackle, watch Roy Williams there. That is a perfect pursuit, a perfect line, and a perfect tackle. That is what you call a decleater. The moment the contact came, all cleats went out of the ground.
Derek Frost's first kick was a 48-yarder. They have Terrence Newman back to return the kick. Newman, the cornerback, to the 44. They would normally have Jamaica Rector as their return guy, but with 2 kickers, Rector's the guy that winds up on the inactive list. Great hit by Williams. Dallas has the ball back. 3-0 Cowboys.
My kids call me the finisher.
Finish up in there.
Okay.
Finish your homework?
Yes.
Finish your vegetables. Something I thought I was finished with? managing my acid reflux disease. I thought it was just bad heartburn, but my doctor said over time, stomach acid was damaging the lining of my esophagus. She prescribed Nexium, said I needed more than heartburn relief. My esophagus needed repair. One prescription Nexium pill a day not only relieves my heartburn, it healed erosions in my esophagus. So I don't just feel better, I am better. My doctor did say headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain could be side effects of Nexium, and other serious stomach conditions may still exist.
Talk to your doctor about Nexium, the healing purple pill, and find out if a free trial is right for you.
I tell him you shouldn't do anything halfway. Let's finish up.
If you're without prescription coverage and can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
With unmatched technology and innovation years ahead of its time, we've pushed the boundaries of high definition and tested the limits of reality. The new Pure Vision Plasma Display, only from Pioneer.
I took an NFL player to school. Maybe you can too.
It's the NFL Take a Player to School sweepstakes. Enter at NFLRush.com.
You can log on to NBCSports.com. After the game, Bob Costas, Peter King will look at the big news of Week 2, and also our man John Robinson. There he is, the former Rams coach and SC coach and great pal of John Madden, who travels with us every week. He's got a blog during the game.
Yeah, it's great to have him with us and great to have him part of the team, and that's what happens to old coaches, Al. They become bloggers.
Don't go ripping the announcers, John, on that blog now. We've got spies out there. First down. Bledsoe is going to throw it away. He looked over the middle. The protection that time was good before Cornelius Griffin got in there. Drew Bledsoe is a guy who gets hit a lot. He's been sacked more than any active quarterback. Last year, he was hit 82 times in the act of throwing. That doesn't even include the sacks. 5 times last week against the Jaguars. So that was about the average last week. So he takes a lot of hits, and yet despite that, he has been extremely durable through his career. He started every game in 9 of his 13 seasons, but that one hit by Mo Lewis against the Jets in 01 was the singular hit that provided the path for Tom Brady, and the rest of New England is history. Here goes Jones up to the 49-yard line. It'll be third down and about 5.
You know, it's interesting you bring up the hits on Drew Bledsoe, and you know he takes more hits than anyone, but on that first down pass, what they did is they went to maximum protection, and that's why he had to throw the ball away, because he only had a 2-man pattern. And over here on the right, there were 4 Redskin defenders on the Cowboy receiver, so he had nothing. So that's what you sacrifice. You know, you say, let's give him protection, let's go maximum protection. Then the more you protect, the fewer you get out.
Third down and 5 now. Carter, who came over from San Francisco, a new addition. Short drop, and then over the middle, he's right on the money and gets it in there to Terrell Owens. Short little pattern right through the middle. Owens gets popped by Sean Taylor, but it's a first down for the Cowboys.
And we saw earlier where Terrell Owens was the outside receiver. On this one, he's the inside receiver. He's going to be the slot right here, the second slot in. And again, it's that same deal. He gets that outside shoulder inside the corner, and it's going to be complete. I mean, he is so big and so strong, he can just run right through that corner's shoulder.
2 catches for number 81 for 10 yards. Jones probing. It's inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3. Andre Carter makes the stop. Ticking down to 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Again, the giant win, and that was a giant win, one of the greatest in Giants history today, down by 17, win in overtime. Otherwise, Philadelphia would have been 2-0, and the loser of this game would be looking way up, even though we're 2 games into the season in a very tough division. Jones, and he's met as Taylor comes up, and he gets some help from Warwick Holden, the linebacker.
Yeah, we talked about Roy Williams and what a good tackle that was and what a good tackler he is. Well, on the Redskin defense, that same guy is right here, Sean Taylor. And you watch him, and he's back here. And the second that he sees that ball flipped and Reed's run, he is right up there. And again, he'll get a few penalties now and then, as will Roy Williams. but they're both two of the better tackling safeties.
Marion Barber in the game as the third down back. Change of pace guy. Third down and 6 from the 38-yard line with the Cowboys up 3-0. Good protection. Bledsoe throws perfect, but a flag in. Glenn makes the catch. And if the penalty is against Washington, it'll be first down and goal. Then around Kenny Wright, the cornerback, flag is down at the 18-yard line, and both teams are moving down toward the goal line. We'll get to Randy's call.
And I'll say Terrell Owens probably ran the wrong pattern, because when the ball got there, Terry Glenn and Terrell Owens were both there. In fact, T.O. could have picked him.
Illegal contact, defense number 25. This penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
That's Kenny Wright, the guy who eventually got beat anyway, 34 yards.
You see both receivers up on the top side, and Terrell Owens got bumped there, and that's why he didn't get out. He was supposed to be the deep guy, and then Glenn was going to come underneath him, and he got bumped and didn't get as deep as he should have.
First and goal. Bledsoe rolling, looking, and then throws the ball away. Nothing open. In the corner there was Marion Barber out of the backfield, but he couldn't get free. It'll be second down and goal from the 4.
Yeah, and that's the type of hit that Bledsoe got hurt on with the Patriots. It was that same type of thing where he was doing this, and he's trying to buy time, and then he gets up on the sideline, and he takes that hit just as he throws the ball. That wasn't a real solid hit like the one he took New England, but it was that same area and that same type of play.
Yeah, same corresponding week, I think, of that 0-1 season. Mo Lewis of the Jets hit him, and of course that paved the way for Brady, and the next thing you know, they're in the Super Bowl, and Bledsoe's in Buffalo. Second down and goal from the 4-yard line. Off the fake, stepping up, guns it to the end zone. It is Patrick Creighton making the catch for the touchdown.
One thing, this play is going to start off with a great play action. You see that fake there? That kind of holds the linebackers. Then Bledsoe can step up because he had good protection in the middle. That allowed him to step up. Patrick Creighton is just right there in the middle. He just kind of bumps off his defender and comes free in the middle.
Vanderjagt for the point after. That's Creighton's first catch of the season. Did not grab one last week at Jacksonville. Bledsoe looks good. So do the Cowboys. 10-0 Dallas.
Now that was a dinner party. I wish there was a way we could do this faster.
Yeah, I got an idea. Let's go crack open your computer and take out some of the high speed. Holy.
Introducing Energizer Energy to Go Instant Cell Phone Charger. Power anywhere, anytime you need it. Energizer Energy to Go. Keep going.
This is Gary Poole, a genial guy from Trenton, New Jersey. Gary's been married for almost 10 years, but until a recent trip to McDonald's, didn't know it. Gary had fresh brewed premium roast coffee with his McGriddles, and it was like he was seeing her for the very first time.
He had no idea we were married.
Gary thought she was cute, so it was okay.
It's like we're newlyweds all over again.
Start your morning with richer, bolder premium roast coffee and add a warm, tasty McGriddles. Wake up and smell your life.
I hope there aren't any other wives.
Tomorrow, look who's back on NBC.
That was strange.
Matthew Perry and the producers of The West Wing in a show all the critics are raving about.
Hey, that's great!
Studio 60 premieres tomorrow, 10/9 Central on NBC.
History repeats. Dallas was off to a 10-0 start last week at Jacksonville, and they gave up 24 straight points. But so far, so good. Dallas has run 20 plays. The Redskins 2 3-and-outs, a total of 6. And you see the disparity in yardage. And the kickoff here, Brock Cartwright downs it in the end zone at the foot of Sean Sweezum. So at the 20-yard line, the Washington Redskins will take over. 2:33 remaining in the opening quarter. 10-zip. Big D.
Hey, what's up? I can use some help. Come on.
Who is that guy? D-Wade.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's hot out here, huh? My dream is to leave the world a better place than I found it.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, buddy.
This was awesome.
Yo! Hey, Coach.
The new 2007 Lincoln Navigator. With enough room for, well, the basketball team. Life's calling. Where to next?
Coach, what do you know about this new Coors Light Silver Ticket promotion?
Excuse me, repeat that again?
Coors Light is giving away NFL tickets.
They do things that you don't see every day.
But, Coach, what's the point of the Silver Ticket promotion?
It's all about winning.
Yeah.
Look for the official entry code inside specially marked packages of Coors and Coors Light for your chance to win NFL tickets, even Super Bowl tickets, and more.
Coach, I am freaking out about this Silver Ticket promotion.
You have to learn to handle it, okay? You have to learn to handle your own intensity.
Tomorrow, count the ways Deal or No Deal is bigger than ever.
1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, $6 million.
The $6 million premiere of Deal or No Deal tomorrow, 8/7 Central.
This is Mark Brunell's 36th birthday. Drew Bledsoe, at least at the outset, trying to blow out the candles. 9 out of 14 with a touchdown for Bledsoe. Now we'll see if Brunell can get something started. 2 3-and-outs thus far for the Washington Redskins to begin this drive at their own 20-yard line. And Brunell goes to the outside, and that pass is caught there by Mike Sellers. And the fullback takes it out to the 35-yard line for Washington's initial first down. So signaled by Mr. Sellers. First down with 2:17 remaining in the period. Sellers last year rushed one time for 1 yard, but they love to throw to him. Sellers last year caught 12 passes. 7 of them were for touchdowns.
Right, and that's what he is. He's a pass receiving, blocking fullback.
From the 35. Brunell buys time. And Brunell, as we said before, loves to work outside the numbers, maybe more so than any quarterback in the league, as Brandon Lloyd makes the catch and Terrence Newman was covering on the play. But they chart everything now, and Joe Gibbs, who picked up from Brunell. What we mean outside the numbers, of course, is when you see the numbers painted on the field, from the numbers to the outside the numbers, of course, inside would be mainly passes thrown over the middle. Second down and 3 from the 42-yard line.
Oops.
Chris Cooley, number 47, with the flag.
False start. Offense, number 47. 5-yard penalty remains. Second down.
That's going to make it second down and 8. So he had 86 completions last year inside the numbers. That's the fewest in the league among the quarterbacks who played most of the time. Minimum 375 attempts. That's the category for that. But outside the numbers, a different story. And again tonight, working the outside.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is because he's a shorter guy. He's only about 6 foot, so he can see the outside a lot better.
This time he couldn't see anything except big number 94 in his face. That's DeMarcus Ware, who bats it right back at him. Spears comes up with it, but you see the flag come in. Correnti and his crew have been throwing the flag on about every other play thus far.
Yeah, because it looked like DeMarcus Ware gave him a blow to the head. He's going to be one of the good players.
Personal foul, roughing the quarterback. Contact with the helmet of the quarterback. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Another 15-yarder, incomplete pass because the arm was coming forward. The ball was coming forward, as you can see. And then the personal foul.
I don't know about that. I mean, if he hit the ball, he's going for the ball. Now, did he hit him in the head?
Helmet to helmet.
Oh, it's a helmet to helmet. Yeah. I was looking for the hand on the head. Yep. The hand was on the ball, and the helmet was on his head.
Yep. Helmet to helmet will always get it.
Boy, they're protecting quarterbacks, and I'm kind of all for that. But they're sure as heck tough on pass rushers today.
Brunell now at the 48-yard line.
Marcus Ware is only in his second year, and he's going to be one of the good ones.
Two number 1 draft choices last year. That was deflected, and Brandon Lloyd, who comes over in a trade from the 49ers, and now you've got another foul coming in here. 3 flags come in.
Well, there's flags all over the place.
Here comes the 4th flag. Now, Correnti came in. 3 were thrown simultaneously. And now you've got
after the player was down, personal
here.
foul, unnecessary roughness, late hit, defense, number 50, 15-yard penalty, first down.
50 is Aiken Adele. Right there.
And that's the call. Aiken Adele played with Jacksonville. They picked him up first year now with the Cowboys, and a kid who grew up in Irving, Texas. So he's played in this stadium as a high schooler as well as a professional. Those are the accepted penalties. 8 accepted penalties already in the quarter.
I think we're going for a record.
Yeah, I hope not. Brunell. And that pass is short. Looked like he held on to it a little too long as Cooley had gotten free. Mark couldn't release the football in the proper rhythm. The pressure put on by DeMarcus Ware.
And maybe that's why he throws outside so much.
Yeah.
Because he has a tough time finding lanes inside. But there is another reason. Early in his career, he was a big runner. And he would run the bootleg a lot, where you fake and then bootleg out one side or the other. And that would bring about a lot of throwing outside. And, he still does it. And he'll still play action and get to the edges, but not as much as he used to.
Started his career at Green Bay, understudy to Brett Favre, then went to Jacksonville and was their quarterback from the inception of the franchise. Avoids the initial sack, and then he's taken down. Marcus Spears will get credit for it with some assists from Greg Ellis and others.
Yeah, DeMarcus Ware was the other. It was the 2 outside linebackers that get there first, here and here. And they're outside linebackers, but they're also like defensive ends and pass rushers. They were the ones that got there first and flushed them out right into Marcus Spears. But that's what you have to have. You have to have your outside guys up the field and then flush them inside, and then your tackle's getting a push.
That'll do it for the first quarter. Dallas 10, Washington nothing. Sunday Night Football. Back after these messages.
When it comes to being a better football fan, nothing beats Sprint NFL Mobile. You can watch exclusive game highlights of all your favorite players. Like Peyton Manning. That guy's pretty good, if you like 6'5", 230-pound quarterbacks, laser, rocket arm. With NFL Mobile only from Sprint, you get customizable alerts and real-time stats on your favorite team. Maybe like Peyton Manning's team, maybe.
Get the power of the NFL in your hand, only with Sprint.
We deal in deception here. What do?
I got an informer in my outfit.
I can get the rat. Situation like this,
kill everybody.
I'm not the rat.
The Departed, a Martin Scorsese picture. Rated R. Starts October 6th.
My fault! MacDougall, I've got a brilliant idea. Football with flags. Flags? Flags!
Flag football has come a long way. NFL Flag is the #1 football league for boys and girls. Sign up now at NFLRush.com.
Yeah! Flags? Flags. Did you see that?
Thursday, ER returns.
Come on, Jerry.
I want to be awake.
You're gonna get your family killed!
The ER season premiere, Thursday, 10/9 Central on NBC.
Over the shoulder, diving grab! What a catch! Rifles it end zone, touchdown!
Drops back, heaves it left with Plaxico first, who makes the catch for a touchdown!
And we start the second quarter. Texas Stadium, Al Michaels, John Madden, Andrea Kramer. 10-0. The Cowboys on top. 3rd down and 18 for the Washington Redskins. Every play on this drive has been a pass or a personal foul. All-out blitz. Brunell looking for somebody, finds Liddell Betts for the screen, and Liddell Betts almost picks up the first down. Comes up about 3 yards shy, run out by Patrick Watkins. So it looked like they were going to get to Brunell again, but he's able to find the open man and at least turn it into a decent gain.
Yeah, that's where a quarterback has to make a play, and Mark Brunell made that play because he's having trouble in pass protection now, and he just had to go back until he could find something. And what that really did is save him a field goal attempt here.
And this will be a 39-yard attempt. John Hall missed a 48-yarder at the end of regulation last week, which would have sent the Minnesota game into overtime. The ex-Jet to try to make it a 7-point game. Spotted by Derek Frost at the 29-yard line, and Hall's kick is true. 40 seconds into the second quarter. Dallas 10, Washington 3. Some other notes from today. We took a look at some of the action that took place this afternoon. Chargers holding their opponents scoreless first 7 quarters. That was Oakland the other night in Tennessee, and Chargers are now 2-0. Ryan Longwell threw a game-tying touchdown pass. Of course, John's man George Blanda was the other. Longwell beating the Panthers in overtime. And the Falcons, a lot of that, of course, is Michael Vick himself. Warwick Dunn, of course, and now Atlanta has a record of 2-0 2 weeks into the season. So a lot of crazy stuff happened today, and I just can't get over that Giants-Philadelphia game. You and I were both watching on television back at the hotel.
Well, you know, the thing that I like about that is if the NFC East is going to be the toughest division in football, the best division, then they have to play games like that, and they sure did today, didn't they?
Yeah, that was a beauty. And of course, if Philadelphia had started and it looked like they were going to be 2-0, the loser of this game would have really been in the hole. But right now you got the Giants at 1-1, and they looked good last week against Indianapolis despite the loss. Philly is 1-1. The winner of this one is 1-1.
Yeah, and the Giants really have everything. I mean, you know, they compare Eli to Peyton Manning, but Eli Manning is going to be the real deal.
Threw that pass to Burris for the touchdown on 3rd and long in overtime. Hall will kick off. And that kick is angled to the 4-yard line where Tyson Thompson will bring it back. And the one-time local high school star here in Irving out to the 35-yard line. A lot of talk, of course, has centered around the Cowboys' offensive line, and one number 76, Flozell Adams, who missed the final 10 games last year. But he and Larry Allen formed a great tandem, and then all of a sudden Allen is gone, and I don't know, maybe you just look, everybody's going to run out of gas at a certain point. The question is, does he have enough left?
You know, he's having trouble bending his knees. You know, he's a tall guy, and sometimes speed will give him problems, but Andre Carter hasn't given him any problems tonight.
And that pass is dropped because getting free over the middle was Jason Witten, the tight end, 4th-year Pro Bowler. Marcus Washington back there covering.
Yeah, that's the thing that Drew Bledsoe has here is he has pretty good protection today, but then he has Terrell Owens outside, he has Terry Glenn outside, and then if you want to double out there, then you're going to have to leave something for Jason Witten. And if you do, Witten will take it, and Bledsoe will get it to him. But it all starts with that offensive line. I mean, that's a big problem, I think, for this Cowboy team. Can they protect for Drew Bledsoe? So far, they've been doing a good job.
Jones gets knocked down hard after a gain of 2 by the defensive end, Philip Daniels.
Here's Flozell Adams, and here's what I was talking about. He's a tall guy, and he has trouble bending his knees. So he plays pretty high, and if the defender plays high with him, that's okay. It's when the guy gets underneath his shoulder pads and gives him that speed rush that he has some problem.
6'7", 340, he can envelop you.
I still think that he's a good tackle.
Adams now in his 9th year at Michigan State. 3rd down and 9 from the 37-yard line. Bledsoe hit as he throws, but gets it off, and that's caught by Witten. He's into Washington territory, all the way down to the 42-yard line before he is tackled by the former Ram, Adam Archuleta.
The reason I said oops on that play is Flozell Adams held, and they didn't see it. Because I was just saying that, he has trouble with speed to the outside because he doesn't bend his knees. And watch the trouble he has with speed here, and watch what he does about it. Just grabbed him from behind. But he held Andre Carter off enough so that Drew Bledsoe could get rid of that ball.
One of those, you call it or not call it. Maybe the officials feel they've thrown enough flags already tonight. The ball at the 42-yard line. 1st down. Jones for 2.
Well, it did look worse from up here than it did down there.
Julius Jones has now carried the ball 8 times for a total of 31 yards, a little less than 4 yards per rush.
I was talking about Bill Parcells, talking about Julius Jones, how he'd like him to run through more tackles and not take so many square hits. He said, he can play well and he can gain yards, but I don't know how long he's going to be around running that way.
2nd and 8, and that is dropped by Witten. The coverage was very tight. Lamar Marshall, the linebacker, draped on him legally. And it will be 3rd down and 8.
We're watching Flozell Adams here again, and this is what he can do well, is he has long arms, and if he can get that punch and get you away from him where you can't get back, Andre Carter's not going to get close to the quarterback.
Carter's speed guy at 6'4", 265.
And he better go around Flozell. He better not try and go square into him because he's going to lose that battle.
3rd and 8. Marion Barber in the game as the 3rd down back. 3 wides.
Redskins have 6 defensive backs.
Bledsoe's going to come back across the field, and that's Owens unable to hold on to it. Covered there by Sean Taylor, and they're not in field goal range, so in will come the punting group.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that that Drew Bledsoe and Terrell Owens really don't have timing down yet. You talk about his hamstring pull and not practicing riding the bike and all that. He really didn't get on the field to practice with Bledsoe, so I don't know that they have that feel that they have to have yet.
Still working on it. Matt McBriar, you saw Antoine Randall L, who they picked up in the offseason from Pittsburgh, threw a touchdown pass to Hines Ward in the Super Bowl. Makes the fair catch at the 11-yard line. Redskins will take it there. 11:50 remaining in the opening half in Big D, where Dallas leads Washington 10-3.
Strange going on. Over 1,000 people insist they've seen something in Loch Ness. And yet when science is applied, like this expedition here, what's going on? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Do you see that? There. Oh my.
Imagine the NFL on a Samsung HD TV so lifelike you feel like you're there.
You mean I'm not there?
You're in your living room, Dan.
Oh.
With Samsung LCD TV, it's not that hard to imagine.
There is a secret school.
For new student registration, please press 1.
Is this a recording?
Just press the damn button.
For men with no confidence.
It is time to kill or be killed.
When do we start?
Now.
But when their teachers went too far.
What are we, under surveillance or something?
Yes.
The students.
I need your help. Go ahead, shoot me. Come on, do me.
Will take them on.
You have a problem with me?
From the director of Old School.
And the knee. Oh, damn.
School for Scoundrels. Rated PG-13.
Sunday Night Football is being brought to you by Rocky Mountain Refreshing Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. By Ask.com. Search better on Ask. By Campbell's Chunky, official soup and chili sponsor of the NFL. And by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's forward. Toyota, moving forward. Beautiful sight, the way they like the skyscrapers in Dallas. T.J. Duckett is in the game, being circled there. They picked him up from Atlanta at the start of the season when they didn't know about Portis, and the big back who was a little bit of thunder and lightning with Warwick Dunn for a couple of seasons, takes it up to the 12-yard line where he's tackled by Jason Ferguson.
You know, I know what they want to do is they want to get Duckett in there and just run downhill, but if you're going to run downhill, you better get this guy blocked. You got to get that nose tackle blocked. And you see Ferguson, he just handles the center. Right, he just takes him, stands him straight up, and goes right down and closes down everything in the middle. That is tough to run inside with a nose tackle like Jason Ferguson.
Duckett is 254 pounds. They fake it to him. Brunell has a ton of time. And then the pass is not held onto by Cooley with Brady James covering on the play. Brady James, a real comer now in his fourth year out of LSU, fourth-round pick. This is the kind of defense, he's part of it, that Bill Parcells loves. I mean, through the years, you go back to Bill with the Giants, and then New England, and the New York Jets, and now here in Dallas. And, of course, he likes to do the same thing over and over if he can with the personnel.
Right, and especially those big outside linebackers. I mean, he took Greg Ellis, who was his defensive end for years, and made him an outside linebacker on left side, and then DeMarcus Ware, the big linebacker defensive end on the other side. So he has three defensive linemen that are really tackles, and his linebackers are really defensive ends.
3rd down and 8, and the Redskins weren't ready, so they're going to have to take a timeout. Instead of a delay of game, they take a timeout there first. Back we come, 3rd down.
Coach, when it's this hot, can any beer be more refreshing than Coors Light?
No, I don't believe that. That's not possible.
We'll save a cold one for you, Coach.
Yeah. Excited. I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
How do you choose between Coors Light and cold refreshment?
Well, I don't believe I can segregate the two.
It was a trick question.
Taste the cold of Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
Hey, Coach, we still got a 12-pack and 4 ice-cold cans.
Well, 12 and 4 is pretty good.
Plane catches fire, you got 3 choices. Stay in it and burn with it all the way to the ground. You can jump from several thousand feet, or you can take the quick and painless way out.
It's all right to be a little nervous before a fight.
Fights happening, they don't shoot at you.
Flyboys, rated PG-13. Only in theaters Friday.
She is the team mom, mother of 53 boys. Big boys. That's why she's big on Campbell's Chunky. Campbell's Chunky. Hearty meals packed with big chunks of beef, chicken, or sausage. Savory soups and chili to feed an NFL-sized hunger. Team Mom, we salute you. Campbell's Chunky. Meals that fill you up right.
NBC Wednesday.
I have your son.
Television's most explosive mystery begins.
Where's my son?
Kidnapped. Wednesday, 10/9 Central on NBC.
To New England we go, where the leaves will start to turn, and the Patriots are home against the Denver Broncos on Sunday Night Football, 8 o'clock Eastern. Football Night in America starts at 7 o'clock. That's next week, week 3. New England 2-0. Denver is 1-1. Denver winning today on an Elam field goal, beating Kansas City 9-6 in OT. From the 12-yard line, 1st down. Or 3rd down and 8 after the timeout. And Brunell throws to the outside, and that pass is incomplete, and in comes Frost and the punting unit. So they had to take the timeout. It was 3rd down and 8. Brunell can't find anybody, and out they go.
And the Cowboys were in nickel then with their, we talked about their 3-man line. Then when they get you in 3rd down, then they go to 4-down linemen, and they just pass rush. DeMarcus Ware was telling me the other day that anytime I hear the word nickel, that means for me, go.
What about if he hears dive? Double go?
Go, go, go.
Here's Frost's kick. Newman with a bobble at the 40-yard line. And Newman with a nice run back. 14-yard return to the 46-yard line. And that's where Bledsoe and the group will take over. We go to Andrea.
Well, you guys have been talking about the move of Greg Ellis from defensive end to linebacker. Parcells had Willie McGinnis in mind when he made that change, but initially Ellis in his 9th season was very reluctant to make that move, but we'll have more in a little bit on him.
All right, Ellis.
Oh, I'm sorry. So Ellis was reluctant to change. He asked to be traded. In fact, when I asked him how it's going, he said it's been extremely challenging. Since the 7th grade, I've been a rush guy, and it's an instinctive habit. Now I have to drop into coverage. I asked him, can you be as good a linebacker as a defensive end? He said, I don't know. I'd rather be a 4-3 end.
Meanwhile, you've got Terry Glenn running a post, and Kenny Wright is all over him, and the flags come in, and it's going to be first down and goal. And again, it's just flag day here. 3 separate flags were dropped at the 5-yard line.
Well, you kind of knew that was coming. I mean, the Cowboys had good field position here at midfield to take a shot. And the way teams take a shot now is with play-action pass.
Defense number 25. Automatic first down.
25 is Kenny Wright. They had the play-action pass. And then they're going to go deep, and you see Kenny Wright put his left arm over Glenn before the ball got there.
41-yard penalty, and they're really missing Sean Springs, right, playing in that spot. And that's taken down to the 2-yard line. They hope to have Springs back in a week or two after abdominal surgery. Marion Barber with a gain of a couple there, but Minnesota did enough against that depleted Washington secondary the other night with Brad Johnson doing a little surgery to pull out the victory.
Yeah, Minnesota had a good game plan. I mean, they weren't able to run successfully, but they kept running enough to keep the Redskin defense off balance.
Second down and goal now from the 2-yard line. Dallas trying to make it a 2-touchdown game. They're up by 7 here. And this is Barber, and he's going to try to dive into the end zone, and he's going to come up a little bit short inside the 1-yard line. Cornelius Griffin got the push in the middle to deny him for the moment.
He did that, and then you're going to see number 98, Lamar Marshall. He's in the left side, and he's going to come in here over the top. You see, they have that thing pretty well pushed in there, and then he comes over the top and makes that play, number 98.
And Griffin right on the bottom that time. And this is Barber again, and Barber tries to work his way in. There is no signal yet from any official. Nothing except 4th down.
Nope, he had a 3rd effort, too. He didn't make it on the 1st effort. Then he didn't make it on the 2nd. I thought maybe he got across the plane on the 3rd effort, but he didn't. Watch him here. See, he stopped right there. You know he's not in. Then that 2nd effort, I didn't think he got it. Then maybe on that 3rd one he did. But they're saying no, and the Cowboys are going for it.
4th and goal. Owens is sent in motion. Barber again. And this time Barber's in. It was a close shave, but he finally got it.
He finally got it, and he got right in behind his right guard, Marco Rivera. You watch Rivera here. He's going to get the block right there. They get a good double team and a good push, and that's what allowed that hole there. You see right there, that gives them a soft spot over on the right that was all started by 62, Marco Rivera.
Well, Kerry Campbell almost was the hero that time, as he was able to stop him just for the moment. But Barber had enough to make it 17-3 Dallas.
Can anyone tell me what happened to Napoleon when he tried to invade Russia? Brian?
Somebody's going to get their first loss here tonight. It's not going to be us, is it? No, sir.
4th down. Last chance for the Hawks.
Blue 80, go!
too intelligent to be categorized. The RAV4 from Toyota.
You have a small business, and tomorrow you have a big meeting. You've written a great presentation, but now you need someone to put it together perfectly.
Don't you worry about a thing.
You need the UPS Store. Professionals who can print, copy, collate, bind, and more. So while you worry about what tie looks good, let the UPS Store worry about making your business look good. That's our thing.
Don't you worry about a thing.
The UPS Store, the place for document services and a whole lot more.
Tomorrow, if you're looking for a hit.
Are people looking at us right now?
A show that's top quality all the way. There's only one name to remember.
Porter?
Peter.
Jim?
Joe.
Sorry.
Studio 60 premieres tomorrow, 10/9 Central on NBC.
The Emerald Isle, it'll be busy next weekend. It's the Ryder Cup right here on NBC. It starts at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time. If you love golf, I know a lot of people on the West Coast will be getting up for that. The Ryder Cup. Tiger Woods, of course, Team USA against the Europeans from Ireland next week. Rock Cartwright to run back the Sweden kick. And Rock Cartwright with a beautiful run back into Dallas territory. Chasing him from behind. And Rock Cartwright for a touchdown. The Cowboys have not allowed a touchdown on a return since 1993. And Dan Snyder and his group pretty happy about that one because they were down by 14, and thanks to a 100-yard return. Portis going down the sideline. He'll be part of the greeting party, and here it is again.
Right, and he gets up into the wedge. No one touches him. That was the first guy that touched him was a kicker. Who would think that a guy named Rock would outrun everyone on the Dallas Cowboy kickoff team?
I was thinking the same thing. The guy should be named Speedy or Slick.
Right. Look at the wedge here. They hold hands to start off, but they didn't even need the wedge. I mean, no one touched him until right there. And then Rock runs away from everyone else. Woo!
Ball for the extra point. 100 yards for Rock Cartwright, one of the reserve running backs. 5'7", 215. Solid as 17-10.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I am no one.
Okay, PC, what do you...
Listen, friend, it's not very safe for me right now. You understand? There's a lot of spyware out there. Sneaks into your system, follows you wherever you may go. In fact, take these.
No.
They'll keep you safe.
PC, honestly, I don't need them. Really, I'm good. I run Mac OS 10, so I don't have to worry about your spyware and viruses. You take them.
Yeah, you're right. I probably should have a backup anyway.
Yeah.
You never saw me. Never saw who? Me, PC. Oh!
Hey. Hey. You got Singular?
No. Sprint.
Sprint mobile broadband downloads 5 times faster than Singular's Edge.
Well, I'm done.
Because in business, it pays to keep moving. Get the power of the nation's largest mobile broadband network. Now get a free mobile broadband card for your business. Visit sprint.com/business.
We did it for the clutch players. New beds, new lobbies. Courtyards changed it all for the go-to guys. Deeper mattresses, crisper sheets, wider open spaces with Wi-Fi, easy chairs, and freshly stocked 24-hour markets. All new, all for the players who suit up and take the field.
Courtyard, redesigned by business travelers for business travelers.
Go team.
Tomorrow, Deal or No Deal's back, and it's bigger than ever with a week-long event building to a $6 million jackpot. And that's not all. Viewers at home could win $1 million. Deal or No Deal returns tomorrow, 8/7 Central on NBC.
Well, the football season well underway, and the television season begins tomorrow night. And you'll love this show, Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip on NBC. It's at 10 Eastern and Pacific and 9 Central Time. From the creator of The West Wing, Aaron Sorkin. That's tomorrow night right here on NBC. Mentioned that the Cowboys hadn't given up a kick return for a touchdown since '93. So illustrated there. The kick here is taken by Abram Elam at the 4-yard line. And he brings it back up to the 29-yard line. And that's where Bledsoe and the group will take over after Campbell makes the tackle. NFC East, a lot of people think the best of the divisions. That remains to be seen, but certainly highly competitive. The Giants with that win, that miracle win today, and Philadelphia on top. Winner of this game will be tied with the Giants and Philadelphia. Loser drops to 0-2.
And I think it is. I mean, it's going to be, I think, the most competitive division. Now, Philadelphia has impressed me since the beginning of the year. I mean, Donovan McNabb is really back, and what we said earlier about the Giants, they're for real. And I don't think both of these teams are going to be in there, obviously, but one of them will.
Great spin move there by Jones to turn a 2-yard gain to about a 9-yard gain pending the call from the officiating crew.
Offense, number 63, 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
Kyle Kozar, former 49er, came over as a free agent from the Lions. He spent 1 year there, and he's called for the hold.
And he didn't complain much about it. And Parcells has that upset look, and I know what he's mad about. It's not necessarily that holding penalty there. I mean, that upset him a little. But that 100-yard kickoff return against you, he had everything under control. I mean, he's thinking, okay, 17-3, we got this game. You know, everything's going well. And then, boom, 100 yards by Rock. And you're right here at 17-10.
Well, he already lived it last week with a 10-0 lead, and it looked like it might be 17-0. And the next thing you know, Jacksonville at 28 unanswered points, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Lusaka Polite. Warwick Holden is there on the coverage.
You know, when you've been around as long as both of these coaches, both Bill Parcells and Joe Gibbs, you remember a lot of things. In fact, it was funny talking to Bill Parcells the other day. He said, this offense is Don Coryell. And so he's defended Don Coryell, and he said the Redskin defense, that's Buddy Ryan. So he's bringing out plays against Don Coryell and Buddy Ryan in this game.
No Hallis and no Curly Lambeau. Bledsoe throws. That's caught up at the 27-yard line by Jason Witten. It'll be third down and long. Parcells and Gibbs have met 20 times during the regular season, and that man right there owns a 12-8 advantage. And the Giants also beat the Redskins in their only postseason meeting back in the NFC Championship game in January of '87.
You know, no matter how you rate them, two of the better coaches of all time. In fact, I mean, we know Joe Gibbs is already in the Hall of Fame.
And Parcells will probably wind up there, and the reason he's not is that nobody believed that he was really going to retire every time he retired, but everybody did believe Joe Gibbs. Third down and 13. Bledsoe steps up, throws into traffic, and that pass is incomplete, and Terrell Owens really took a shot. He was surrounded by a trio of Redskins, and when Sean Taylor is in the neighborhood, you will feel him.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that is a little frustrating. They're really taking away the outside receivers. And I mean, here's Terrell Owens here because they're not going to let them beat him. So they have him short, they have him deep, and then they have Sean Taylor to come in and do that. So they kind of had three guys on or around Terrell Owens on that play.
Now Matt McBriar to punt, and this is a booming kick to the former Steeler, Antoine Randall L. And Randall L. is surrounded and captured at the 28-yard line by Keith Davis. That's a 51-yard kick. Mark Brunell, 36th birthday. So some notable birthday performances. Remember that Bo Jackson run in Seattle when he ran up the tunnel halfway to Tacoma against the Seahawks? That was his birthday. Bob Hayes, the great Cowboy, was 28. The day he scored 4 touchdowns. Warren Moon had a big day on his 34th, and going all the way back, Frank Filchock at the age of 28, 5 touchdown passes against Philadelphia. So Brunell on his birthday to this point, 5 out of 10 for 48 yards.
But the Redskins haven't been able to get any running game going at all.
T.J. Duckett is the running back, and now they're going to work it to Santana Moss, who's also been quiet tonight. And that's one way to get a running game going with your wideouts, and they've got a couple of them who can do it. Moss and Antoine Randall L. First down.
And you just feel that they have to get the ball to Santana Moss because they, he's their playmaker. Now the Cowboys are playing that cover 2 shell and they're taking them away outside. So these are other things that you can do with them. You can run them on an end around. You can throw them a screen. You can do those kinds of things. But it is tough to get downfield. You talk about a guy launching himself. Did you see 31 Roy Williams come flying through the air? That's what Santana Moss was looking at.
He's like Taylor on the other side. 1st and 10 after a 19-yard gain, and Brunell under pressure almost lost the ball, and it's DeMarcus Ware who has his own little celebration of that sack.
Right, and he lined up on the left side. They usually line him up on the right side, but they've been sliding left and blocking the right side with a back, and that's what they do to DeMarcus Ware here, and that's not going to work. I mean, you can't get a back on DeMarcus Ware or Greg Ellis.
DeMarcus Ware played his college football at Troy in Alabama, won a 2 first-round picks last year, an 11-yard sack. The Washington Redskins right now have 59 net yards. They've gained 59 yards, and they've been penalized 70 yards.
DeMarcus Ware has raised a lot of havoc with him.
And now you've got Duckett. And TJ, former Falcon, came over in a 3-corner trade about 3 weeks ago involving Denver and Atlanta. Takes it across the 50 to the 49, but because of the penalty, still well shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
Well, and that's what they wanted is downhill running, and that's the thing that TJ Duckett will do. When he gets his shoulder squared, like right there, he is just going one way. That's number 31, Roy Williams. Oh, that could have been called something.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a helmet-to-helmet followed by a late elbow.
3rd down and 6. The ball at the 49-yard line. 4:40 to go in the half. Well, we've had a lot of penalties tonight, but we haven't had too many false starts or offside. Now we have a false start.
Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
Left tackle Chris Samuels, one of the better ones in the league.
Right, and he's blocking DeMarcus Ware, and that's what he'll do. When you get a speed guy like that, he was coming from the right, coming from the left, going around you. You will back off a little, and you will get a little jumpy, and that's what Chris Samuels was worried about. Not the snap count as much as he was number 94.
So now it'll be 3rd down, 11.
This is nickel defense, and this is just tells where go.
Shotgun and Brunell rolling. Has enough time, but then the pass is way short. It was Brandon Lloyd who was the nearest man, and Washington will punt.
Redskin offense kind of looks out of sync, doesn't it?
I was thinking that they bring in Al Saunders, and I mean, Al is great. He's a tremendous offensive coordinator, did a phenomenal job with Kansas City. But again, it's a preseason, and everybody's talking about a 700-page playbook and all of this and all of that. Yeah, I think it's just going to take a while.
Yeah, it is, but then you have to go back. Is it going to take a while to learn the offense, or do they have the right players to learn the offense?
That's the million-dollar question.
And I think therein lies the problem.
Yeah, or a salary cap, or about an $80 million question as the kickoff went into the end zone. So the Dallas Cowboys, there's Mike Vanderjagt. Now, Vanderjagt had a great run in Indianapolis. He's the most accurate kicker in the history of the NFL, but then, of course, he missed that one at the end of the Pittsburgh game that would have sent it to overtime in the playoffs. So out he went. They brought Vinatieri in. Dallas brings him in. Then there's talk about a groin injury and a quad injury, and then he says he's healthy, and he was healthy last week, but he was inactive. He's inactive tonight, but he doesn't kick very many touchbacks, and that's one of the reasons you've got the other kicker in there tonight, Sean Sweezum. Here's Jones for a gain of 4.
And Bill Parcells just wonders if when he missed that kick against Pittsburgh, if maybe he didn't lose his confidence. And if he did lose his confidence, is he ever going to get it back? I mean, he gave him a couple of opportunities in preseason, and he missed. He missed right. So he thought maybe it could be one of those things that you lose it and you never get it back. Or maybe it's one of those things that, you had a bad kick, a bad year, you forget about it and go on. And Parcells isn't sure which one.
Well, it's time to find out. They spent several $1 million to sign him. And that pass over the middle is incomplete, intended for Lusaka Polite. In preseason, remember, he didn't play much until I think it was the last game. And, you know, the last thing you ever want to do in preseason is, first of all, go into overtime. Secondly, extend overtime. So he had 2 overtime opportunities here at Texas Stadium, and he missed them both.
And look where he missed them. And then you look back to, again, to that, you know, Pittsburgh game, and he missed the same one. He missed that one right, too. So I think, you know, is it a head thing or is it something he can just forget and go on?
3rd and 5, and what a shot Glenn just took by Mike Rumpf. That's the sound that I think Glenn's hearing in his ears right now. Rumpf.
Well, you know, this is Cowboy Redskins. We've done a lot of these games over the years, and one thing, when these two teams go after each other, it's always going to be a physical game. They came on a blitz that time and made Bledsoe get rid of the ball before he wanted to. That's what brought it up short. Mike Rumpf really put a hit on.
Prior to do the punting, Antoine Randall L. Randall L. up past the 30 to the 36-yard line with 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the opening half. So it's the Redskins and the Cowboys, one of the great rivalries in the National Football League. Early on, it was Drew Bledsoe who was able to guide the team to 10 points. Mark Brunell, his team down by 10-0. They got a field goal, and then it's been a flag fest thus far. 11 total penalties, but the big play for the Redskins to get them right back in the game was the 100-yard kick return by Rock Cartwright. Now Washington at the 35-yard line on first down. And Ware got in there almost untouched, and then Williams is back there with Cooley, and the pass is incomplete. But how do you not account for 94?
Yeah, they must have thought that he wasn't coming, or they were sliding away, and Cooley came in motion that side, and you see him going across like he's going with Cooley, but instead of staying with Cooley, he just stopped and rushed. He was on the same side as Cooley, went across with him like he was going to cover him, and then just stopped, and he was unaccounted for.
And way outside Daniels and forced the issue right there. 2nd down and 10. Duckett. And the 254-pounder bulls forward for a gain of about 3 to the 38-yard line.
T.J. Duckett could use a Warwick Dunn or a Michael Vick. I mean, that was the thing why he was so effective in Atlanta. I mean, they'd get Dunn and he would be going inside and outside, and then you always had to worry, about the edges with Mike Vick, and then they'd bring in Duckett and he would just pound the ball downhill. And of course, without a Michael Vick, it's a little tougher for him.
2 minutes to the half.
There she goes. One that got away. You see the way she was looking at me? You're not going to believe this one. Let me take you back to what happened.
Why do I care? I mean, he's a loser.
I can't believe I won. I can't believe it. I didn't mean to spill coffee. It was hot. How could I blow that?
It's never enough.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that.
I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you.
Thank you. I'm starving. You want to go, get some Chinese or something like that?
Samsung, the official HD TV of the NFL, presents the play of the day. Giants quarterback Eli Manning ended the overtime drama in Philadelphia with a 31-yard strike to Plexico Burress, who cut inside of Sheldon Brown for a touchdown.
The Giants win. What an ending.
The overtime win tied the Giants and Eagles atop the NFC East, both at 1-1. Samsung, the official HD TV of the National Football League.
Coach, have you seen this Coors Light Gridiron cooler box? All you gotta do is add ice. Pretty good, huh?
Brilliant, not just good, brilliant.
Coach, how many players would you trade for a cooler box?
9 of them. Both tackles, tight end, 1 guard, quarterback, running back, both receivers, and then a backup guy.
The Coors Light Gridiron Cooler Box, a case of go-anywhere plastic bottles and a ready-made cooler.
Coach, I'm thinking of coming to training camp next year.
You're spinning your wheels. Don't make the trip.
That's right.
Go!
cars, hard turns. On September 26th, drive like there's no tomorrow. The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift on DVD September 26th. Also available on HD DVD.
Introducing Energizer Energy To Go Instant Cell Phone Charger. Power anywhere, anytime you need it. Energizer Energy To Go. Keep going.
247, 358, 360, 404 pounds. The next football star? No, the next Biggest Loser. The Biggest Loser returns Wednesday, 8/7 Central on NBC.
There's a huge difference between 1-1 and 0-2. It's not the way you want to start the season.
We're both coming off of losses, and for us, we're going into a bye week. So whatever happens in tonight's game, we got to live with for 2 weeks.
Two quarterbacks talking about a game which is a 7-point game at the 2-minute warning. Dallas on top 17-10. 3rd down and 7 for the Washington Redskins at their own 38-yard line. Bledsoe's thrown for 126 yards. Brunell's thrown for 48. Blitz. Gets it away in a hurry. Underthrows it. Newman with the good coverage that time on Antoine Randall L. And with the blitz that time, forcing Brunell to throw early. Pass underthrown again. Mark Brunell is now 5 out of 13.
And sometimes you just feel that Mark Brunell is throwing a little too early. Now, that's easy to say from up here. I mean, he's getting the blitz. He's getting the pressure. But maybe, just a half a beat longer, he may have had something there.
Derek Frost will do the punting. Patrick Creighton back to receive it. High floater, 14-yard line. Creighton forced out of bounds at the 26 to 30. Rock we go. Bob Costas.
Highlights of all the games played earlier today around the NFL. These three gentlemen will weigh in with their opinions about the first half, and we'll have the result of our Player of the Day poll as well. All of that at halftime. Right now back to Dallas as we rejoin Al and John.
All right, thank you, Bob. Look forward to that, and a lot of things to discuss about Week 2. The Giant Philadelphia performance, of course, was spectacular if you're a Giant fan. And Chris was talking about Carolina botching its opportunity against Minnesota. The Vikings go to 2-0, and that's Glenn unable to handle it at the 31-yard line. Carlos Rogers, the cornerback, with the coverage.
Yeah, and how about that Charger defense?
Yeah.
And I think Sean Merriman is becoming one of the most dominant defensive players in the NFL.
Yeah, what a night he had against Oakland last week, and then they routed Tennessee today.
Up on the line of scrimmage.
Illegal motion was the call that time.
Yards remains first down.
Parcells, every time Bill has that look, I always think, you know where I'd rather be? Saratoga Racetrack.
Right, it's just frustrating. I mean, the whole thing. You get illegal motion. It's still that 100-yard kickoff. I know that's killing. I mean, that should never ever happen to you.
1st and 15, the ball to the 20-yard line. Bledsoe throws, caught Witten, 29-yard line. Tackled there by Adam Archuleta, going without a huddle. Cowboys have all of their timeouts left, so a lot of time with a minute and a half to play. But the big thing is to keep converting on 2nd down and 6 here. Bledsoe stepping away from the pressure. And then he has to throw that out of bounds. And to keep this drive going, they'll have to convert on a 3rd down and 6 now from the 29-yard line.
I think one of the things the Redskins are doing is really, taking away the outside receivers of the Cowboys. I mean, they're taking away Glenn and Terrell Owens and then making them go to other places. I think that's why Witten is catching balls in there, and that's why, they had some running earlier. And just watching here, Terrell Owens, he looks to me like he's getting frustrated because of the coverage. The Redskins aren't going to let him, get the ball without at least 2 guys on him. Look, there's 2 guys lined up right on him. One may blitz, but there's another one behind him.
He scored 3 for 19 yards and almost had a touchdown that was knocked away at the last moment And that pass is incomplete. So they do go to Owens. That would have been shy of the first down. Lamar Marshall makes the tackle.
Yeah,
tough crowd. They're going.
Yeah, well, he's dropped a few. And that wouldn't have been a first down anyway. But I said they had 2 guys on him. And they did have 2 guys up. But they blitzed both those guys. So then, he became the hot read.
And then he got a little hot when he walked off the field.
Yeah, I think he's still hot about that one he dropped in the end zone. That would have been a touchdown, and he dropped another one here that was a little high, but Terrell Owens catches those balls.
Matt McBriar will punt, and that is a monster kick. It backs Antoine Randall all the way back to the 10-yard line. Looks like a video game. But only to the 14-yard line he goes. So McBriar really gets into that one. A 61-yard boot and a 3-yard return. Antoine Randall, remember in the Super Bowl, he threw that touchdown pass, and that was the backbreaker for Seattle. Threw it to Warden. He can do so many things. He was a college quarterback at Indiana, so he can run with the ball. He can use him on a lot of trick plays. He can catch the ball, and he can throw the football.
And then you put him in there, and you have Antoine Randall. I mean, he's a very good slot. Then you have Santana Moss, and then you have Brandon Lloyd, and then Chris Cooley. They have weapons, but the quarterback has to get the ball to those weapons.
And that's something they didn't do at all in preseason, even though the first unit plays very sparingly. They were okay last week, but not really efficient. And tonight, well, they're in the game because of Cartwright on a run back more than anything else. Liddell Betts up to the 20-yard line with 45 seconds remaining in the half.
Like Santana Moss has only caught 1 pass, and again, he's your playmaker. He's your big play guy, and somewhere in this game they're going to unleash him.
Brunell, and that one is deflected and almost intercepted. And despite Brunell being one of the shorter quarterbacks at 6'1", he rarely has a pass deflected. But that time it was deflected, I believe, might have been Marcus Spears, number 96.
And that's the thing that more pass rushers are doing now. And a 3-man line, you get a guy and you get a push. And if you can't get to the quarterback, you just get your hand up in the passing lane. And that's exactly what Marcus Spears did.
3rd down and 6. Washington is 0 for 6 on 3rd down. Trips left. And they're running a series as if we know we don't have Clinton Portis. I mean, they're running out the clock at the end of the half, even though they had 2 timeouts in a 7-point game. And now Dallas can take a timeout because at least they forced Washington. Well, what are they going to call it here? That's enough for it's enough for a first here on that play, but they're going to let the clock run down anyway. But that was a little strange. Timeout taken here.
Gary. Can we take off our blindfolds yet?
What? Ruin the surprise? Are some real estate websites taking you for a ride? Only showing you the homes they want you to see? Things are different at RE/MAX.com. RE/MAX.com shows you all the listings in thousands of cities and towns so you can find your perfect place.
Okay.
Hey! See all the listings. Visit RE/MAX.com today.
That's an odd sequence just there. I mean, they have some time. They have some timeouts. But they run some conservative plays. And then you take a timeout with 5 seconds left in the half. I mean, why? Unless you're going to throw a Hail Mary, go for a pass interference or some other sort of miracle, and that'll end the half.
I think Joe Gibbs was saying the same thing. He was shaking his head there.
Yeah, I mean, that was very, very strange. So that's the end of the first half at Texas Stadium. Dallas 17, Washington 10. Bob and the gang from New York coming up on the Toyota Halftime Show after these messages from your local NBC station.
The first step to finding a kidnapped boy is asking questions.
Why are they doing this to us?
Did you take my kid? Mr. Kane has a kidnap and ransom policy on Leopold.
This is a federal investigation. You just killed your son. If you ever pull a stunt like that again, I will end you.
My fee is non-negotiable.
I should drop you out of a window.
No!
He doesn't like that idea.
Delroy Lindo, Jeremy Sisto, Michael T. Williamson, Timothy Hutton, and Dana Delaney.
Bring him home.
Kidnapped premieres Wednesday at 10/9 Central on NBC.
Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano.
For a limited time only, try Papa John's Sicilian Meats Pizza for just $11.99. That's a large Sicilian Meats Pizza, only $11.99. Loaded with spicy Italian sausage, pepperoni, Italian salami, and sliced linguiça. Papa John's Sicilian Meats Pizza, just $11.99. Call now or order online.
Taste the difference. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
For over 50 years, our family ran a corner grocery in Smoketown. You know, delivering groceries throughout the neighborhood really gave me an opportunity to better understand folks have more in common with each other than differences.
The first to graduate from college in his family, Jerry Abramson served in the Army and was inspired to public service by Bobby Kennedy.
Jerry Abramson has always been an innovator.
He listens to people.
Jerry united our community
To merge our city and county together.
He's a leader, a great mayor.
Recognized as one of America's great mayors, Jerry Abramson has brought new life to Louisville.
But we're not finished. My new budget improves services, builds new libraries, new parks, new fire stations, and adds additional police officers, all without raising taxes.
Husband, father, mayor, Jerry Abramson lives, breathes, and loves Louisville.
Jerry Abramson isn't satisfied with just good.
He wants the best for Louisville. He really does.
Investigating the problem and getting results with the Wave 3 Troubleshooter.
The NFL and United Way have been helping to strengthen America's communities for years. Maybe you can give us a hand. Volunteer at unitedway.org.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Show, brought to you by Toyota, moving forward.
Okay, Sterling, Bob, Chris, and Jerome, and let's roll right into the highlights, the mega highlights from all the games played earlier today. The game of the day definitely in Philadelphia. Donovan McNabb was clicking. Their defense was harassing Tom Coughlin's offense. Manning sacked 8 times early, but down 24-7 at the start of the fourth. They come back and win an OT.
Give 6'6" Plexico Burris an opportunity to come down with the game winner, which he did, which kept the Giants from going 0-2 in the division.
At Baltimore, Ravens all over the Raiders. Oakland coughed it up 6 times.
Terrell Suggs with a sack, and Kelly Gregg picks it up. He looks like the Bush running down the field.
No.
Maybe a little faster. Then Ray Lewis is going to catch him from behind and steal the ball. They always do this. Every week they do that.
At Cincinnati, Chad Johnson had an interesting day, and the Bengals win the Battle of Ohio.
Yes, he had a great catch right here, keeping both feet in bounds. Great touchdown. And the dance, though, I'm not sure,
chicken
in
dance.
Honor of Oktoberfest, the chicken dance. Here he looks like a chicken. Almost got his head cut off by Brian Russell here. Wow. Lee Biden with the interception.